Hello, John McConnin here, adding value to your Poway property. Really, we have people in our office. I own a business called HomeImprovementRealty.com with another person, and we renovate one or two at a time because that's how much money we can afford to invest in the projects. We saw the hedge funds doing it that we were buying for, and we decided to do it ourselves. It's not 100% guaranteed. We've had a home run and we've had a break even, and we're learning not the repairs as much as the smart buying and what to do. And one of the things we see our clients doing and everything else is buying in areas where, let's say the 40-year-old housing stock. People are retiring. People are moving, into retirement homes, or, estates are taking them over. The properties need work. It's great to buy them really inexpensively, then you've got an even bigger cushion. But just to illustrate the opportunity, I know this one very well because we purchased a property in Poway at the same time. We had a bigger. It was 2,300 square feet. This is 1662. I'm not even sure if it was on the MLS. They got a much better deal, but it turns out we bought okay too. I mean, we had an appraisal and everything. We bought a little bit under appraisal, but we were countered, and we only got $2,000 off the counter. So it wasn't like we felt like we got a great deal, but it was very low inventory in November and December, and we saw prices starting to creep up in the beach areas, and we're like, wow, we better strike. But still, I thought perhaps we had overpaid. But here's an example. I don't really want to go into the specifics of our property, but here's a property very nearby, purchased around the same time. The guy got a great deal on the property, but that's not what I'm teaching here. Everyone knows if you buy well, you've got a good chance. But this is renovating well for profit. So here's some of the pictures. I talked to the project manager here. They had a few, what happens on a lot of times when you're 40-year-old houses, they had a few unexpected things they had to spend some more money on. But they did this is what we do in ours. Nice surfaces, stainless, unless you're in high end. Sometimes in the very high end, they're not doing stainless anymore. Cabinets, tile that looks like wood on a diagonal or not. It doesn't always have to be on a diagonal. I guess it depends on the size. But it all looks really good. It's sort of a standard renovation. The backyard's got the, just like you see on the shows. They cleaned it up. That's a nice little feature back there. It looks to me like they probably had to, pour something here, overstamp. It looks like they probably had to change the surface here. Either that or they were lucky it was already very flat and they did a great job power washing. But sod, clean the roof. I don't think it's a new roof. I've heard them working on the roof. So I don't think it's a new roof. What's the bottom line here? Well, let me go back down to the property. So it was listed from $599 to $649. The sold price was $645, and it was 1,662 square feet. So I'm going to bring the calculator over here, and we're going to go 645 divided by 1,662 is $388 a square foot. Now, anyone looking in Poway knows that's a pretty serious number. That's maybe $70, maybe even $80 a square foot more than the standard price you would see on websites, even some of my own. But let's go dig down into deeper. This is where this is the work we do as investors for ourselves. This is the work we do for our clients, whether they're buying or selling. When sellers always ask, but when buyers ask, this is what we do. And we are. I'm going to do it for most buyers anyway because I want them. I believe an educated consumer is our best customer. Just like the Cy Sims commercials about suits when I was a kid. It stuck in my mind. I've spoken about it before. I'm a lawyer also, and I've always believed in the consultation. Some people say I let my clients make too many of their own decisions, and that might have been early on in short sales. A lot of people just wanted to be told what to do, but I still believe the clients need to. The lawyer in me just demands that clients need to know what they're doing, because it was drilled into me as a lawyer. But anyway, that's a side story. So now we are going into the numbers. We've got 92064. You can't see that. Let me see. I'll pull it down. 92064. Now we can go all sizes, and we're going to go. That's median sales price. That doesn't mean as much to me. I mean, we go over all this if you'd like, and I'd love to. Actually, I love the numbers. Here's the average price per square foot in Poway. You can see it's bouncing around 320 to 300. I'm going to say that if you look at the prices in the market, prices are going up, but this is sort of the variability of sales. You know, sometimes the prices bounce up, sometimes the price bounces go down. I would say that it's not inconsistent what we're seeing. Houses seem to be on the market a little bit longer. Inventory has gone up, not even out of the seller's market range yet, but inventory is going up with this late spring here. But we're comparing really $302 to what do we come in at? $388, and that's for all. So let's drill down. 1,000 square feet for less. There's not a lot of properties in that range. They're at $300 a square foot, but here we are, 1,000 to 3,000, and we're looking at $318. So, you know, it might be up a little higher for 1,600 square feet, but even the 1,000 we saw was still around 300, which is bouncing around. But you can see that there may have been a, I don't know, $60 to $80 bonus to this renovator for doing a good-looking, clean, standard renovation. So what's the takeaway from this? I know this from working with clients. We are selling a property in LA that we found for people that was on the flip, and they didn't even knock it down and build it up bigger, but they're making probably $200,000 on the property. People are taking small houses and making them big, where the zoning allows, and making $500,000 to $1 million. And the commonality I'm seeing on these properties are there's demand, there's a reason to own these houses, and they're 1970s houses that really hadn't had a lot of updating. So the buy price is right. Whether you get below the market or not is great, but the potential upside is large right now in our market currently. There's always a risk. I'm not saying just jump into this without being able to handle the risk, or at least being aware of it, maybe even mitigating it. It's like, you know, that's why I'm not in real estate investments, because as you have a better chance generally in the market, is you have a better chance to make a lot of money, you take on more risk. Now, your job is, you know, you might call it alpha. Your job is to find the alpha as an investor. And I think there's plenty of alpha here. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I advise people to do it. I see a lot of alpha in this market, and that's why I'm even suggesting it. But that doesn't mean it's a no-brainer, right? If I say no-brainer, you can slap me. So anyway, buyers, you can purchase a house, make it look the way you want, and feel pretty good you just made a profit. Is that easy? No. You usually have to have some money on the side. You could theoretically, approach it. Well, let's skip this the hard money option. Let's just say there are loan products that allow you to renovate a property and move in. You could buy, maybe have some money on the side, and then refinance if rates don't change. But I think you want to either have the cash on the side or be pre-qualified for one of these loan products that allows people to do that. Sellers, what an opportunity this is. It might be you're someone selling on behalf of an estate, and you could come work with us. We will renovate the property and let you keep the upside. As a realtor, I'm happy making the listing fees. That's what I do. I can put you in touch with people that will renovate the property and get paid on the sale, and we can discuss what it's going to cost. Their prices have generally been competitive. We've used them on some of our own properties. In fact, the property they've worked on the property in LA I just mentioned earlier. The other thing is, sellers, if you have the time and the money, and you've got a 40-year-old house, you might want to do it with your own money. Now be careful, because sometimes when people renovate their own house, they decide they want to stay in it. So make sure you've worked on all your contingency plans. But the point is, there is an opportunity. I think it's a very good opportunity for the risk reward in the current market to really add some outstanding value to the property, and there's multiple ways to do it. I would be happy to talk to you about it. So give me a call, John McConnin, homeimprovementrealty.com, favoriterealestate.net, which is probably where you're seeing this, or favoriterealestate.com.